So one thing I really liked about American Made is when we think about the people behind conspiracy theories, there's the temptation to think of them as these all-powerful, almost godlike figures, when the reality, I think, was portrayed better in this movie, where Domhnall Gleeson, the CIA guy, he's in a cubicle, looks like in an office like any other. He's just a pencil pusher, has some ambitions, feels like he's not really appreciated, and he's the guy who's coming up with these schemes that really alter world history. And Domhnall Gleeson, I'll give him a lot of credit because he's playing a character who's supposed to be kind of mousy and uncharismatic, but the actor nonetheless is able to make him compelling. And I thought this movie was a great portrayal of how the CIA would take these low-level criminals kind of operating in these gray areas and co-opt them and get them to work for them. And then also, when these criminals eventually got caught, the CIA, they had no legal protection at all because everything was off the books. So at that point, the CIA could just hang them out to dry and then also offer them a deal to try to get them out, but only if they get even deeper onto the CIA's black ops. Tom Cruise gets caught and is in jail, and Domhnall Gleeson says, "You're not CIA, you're just a drug smuggler. But if you agree to do these more dangerous missions, then maybe we can get you out of the drug smuggling thing." However, I will say in this movie, they never made it seem like the CIA was really pressuring him all that hard to get deeper involved in this lifestyle. It seemed like he was just a daredevil and a thrill seeker, and it seemed like he just went along with everything the whole time because he liked the excitement. And one of the criticisms of this movie is you never really saw his struggle over getting more involved in this. You never really saw his tortured inner life. But not every person has a tortured inner life. Some people are pretty simple. What you see is what you get. I just want to have fun, make my mark on this world. And it's so interesting because when you think of something like Iran-Contra, you think the people behind it are sinister and puppeteers and masterminds. And this depicted it as a bureaucrat and a thrill seeker, adrenaline junkie. And Tom Cruise's character at one point says, "America, the greatest country on earth." And I thought, it's so true that for these types of people who love rushes and adrenaline and flying by the seat of their pants, this kind of unbridled, unregulated America, that's the greatest country in the world for them. Now, I didn't find Tom Cruise's character all that likable. I didn't really root for him. I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, though, because he is a criminal, so maybe the movie didn't really want to make you empathize with him too much, just a little bit. I thought the combination of him piloting the small planes and then drug running and gun running, it was just a great combination that made it feel like his life was just this constant joyride. And it also gave the excuse for some beautiful aerial shots that I certainly wasn't complaining about. However, while I'm going to say a lot of positive things about this movie, I can't help but compare it to a bunch of other get-rich-die-trying movies, Wolf of Wall Street, Lord of War, that I just like so much better than this one. So even though I can say all these positive things about it, I can't really see myself watching this movie again. Now, Caleb Landry Jones, he's also in this. I have to talk about him. He's been in 2017, Florida Project, Get Out, and 3 Billboards. Those are arguably 3 of the top 10 movies of the year. And then he's also in this one, which is a good movie. I mean, talk about someone putting in work. The guy who they got to play Ollie North was fantastic. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, boom, that's Ollie North. I thought they handled the exposition really well, the historical context. They used these cartoon maps, and it's just funny, on the TV show American Dad, I've seen them do these cartoon maps for the exact same conflict, Iran-Contra. My favorite parts of the movie, mild spoilers going forward, when his wife starts complaining about not having appliances in their house, and he just grabs a sack of money and just starts tossing these billfolds at the different spots and being like, boom, fridge, boom, washer and dryer. It's just a hilarious scene when he crashes his plane in this middle of nowhere town and then comes out of the plane just covered in cocaine and the people are just staring open-mouthed. It was so great. When he snitches at the end and then he's scared his car's gonna explode, so every time he starts his car, he tries to tell people, move away, move away. It was a nice little touch and made it seem like he was fundamentally a decent guy. And then when they have all this wealth and they're about to get arrested and have it all taken away, and he's like, look, put on everything you can because they can't take it away from you if you're wearing it. And you get this hilarious image of her opening the door to the police, just covered in all this expensive jewelry. And then when she's working at McDonald's at the end, and you see she's kept that bracelet that's probably worth a fortune, and rather than sell it, she'd rather keep that bracelet and have that symbol of the life they used to live. So my takeaway on this movie is that I can't pinpoint anything it really did wrong. I just think that the genre it's trying to compete in is so saturated, it's tough not to make maybe unfair comparisons to other similar movies.